Yo, what's going on guys? Arekkz here, welcome back to another Anthem video. And today I want to talk to you guys about the Interceptor. That is of course the javelin that up until now we have known the least about. It's the one that BioWare are keeping close to their chest, and anytime people ask more about the Interceptor, generally speaking, all they ever say is more information coming soon. Now you can go on the official website and there are pages for each of the 4 javelins, and the Interceptor's page is sort of half full. They've got a few details, but when it comes to gear and more granular information, it is still pretty sparse. However, thanks to some recent information, we actually have an idea as to how the Interceptor may play out, or at least some of the gameplay options for it, and also where we might be getting some more information, hopefully some gameplay, and that's not actually too far away. So today I'm going to go over everything you need to know. If you guys do enjoy this, then a like would be super appreciated. Comment down below if you have any questions. Also, if you guys want a chance to win a limited edition Spider-Man PS4 Pro, don't forget you can click the link in the description box down below to enter. It's a giveaway we're running in conjunction with the Arekkz Gaming Twitch team, and if you guys don't want to miss any of our latest uploads, don't forget you can click that notification button so you don't miss any of our videos. Now, to begin with, as mentioned, the Interceptor is, up until this point, a class or a javelin that we know very little about. If you go on the official website, then we know that it is the fast, nimble, sort of agile javelin. The idea is that you sort of get in there, you do a lot of damage, you get out fast, so it can sort of turn the tide in battle, and it can dish out a lot of devastating damage, a lot of sort of burst damage, but it's also not the sort of thing that you want to stick around for too long, because if you take too many hits, you're going to fall apart. So if you were going to compare it to your typical MMO archetypes, it would essentially be your rogue. Very fast, get in, do a lot of damage, and get out before you take too many hits. We also know that the javelin is a lot more sort of gadget focused, so there'll be different abilities, different gadgets for you to use to effectively alter the way you play. And we also know that on the weapon front, it can equip basically all weapons bar the heavy weapon, because that's essentially exclusive to the Colossus. But beyond that, we didn't know a great deal. We'd obviously seen like a small gameplay snippet, we'd seen it do like a little melee ability, and the update on the website recently references double daggers, which I'll speak about in a moment. But more specifically, anytime people asked about a melee focused build, the answer was, up until now, always no. It was that every single javelin has a melee ability. You can punch an enemy, and if you're in the air, you can do like a mini ground slam, and that applies to all 4 javelins. But beyond that, there was no actual melee specification, no ability to spec more heavily into melee. It was just sort of kind of like in FPSs where, you know, you have obviously all your guns, you have all your abilities, and you can just literally punch something if they get too close. And while that was the previously discussed functionality, a recent tweet actually shed some light on how that might be changing specifically for the Interceptor. Ben Irving actually said that some recent gear changes will actually allow it so that the Interceptor can have a melee focused build, in brackets maybe plural. Now, to be clear, at the moment, this is only in the context of the Interceptor, so we don't know whether this will later extend to, say, the Colossus, the Storm, and the Ranger, whether you could go around and have, like, a massive hammer as the Colossus and be, like, a super strong Thor-like melee ability, or, I don't know, have, like, a lightning sword with the Storm. That would be really cool. But for the time being, they are speaking specifically about the Interceptor. The Interceptor will have a melee build option. So for those of you guys that really do want to embrace that rogue-like class, or that roguelike sort of setup, so to speak, you could actually go a lot more melee focused and use the Interceptor speed to get in, dish out some damage with a fast flurry of attacks, and then of course get out before you get crushed. If you actually take a look at the extract from the official website, it mentions that the Interceptor has double daggers, and it can use these to dish out a flurry of fast hitting attacks. It can chain these combos together, and it can essentially allow it to attack in kind of indefinite combos. So you can basically use this to really rack up that damage. Now again, I very much doubt that enemies are just going to sit there and let you hack them up left, right and center. So you are of course going to need to be, you know, on your toes. You're going to need to be ready to move, because, you know, the last thing you want to do is just stand there trying to face tank something as a very light armored roguelike class and then getting stomped. However, following on from that, in that very same tweet where Ben Irving mentioned that there would of course be a melee focused build, someone also asked whether there would be stealth, because of course, again, if you've played any games like this and you've played that kind of class, then that kind of goes hand in hand. You have the double daggers, you have stealth, you go invisible, you get behind them, and that's kind of how you do the damage. But he did say that will not be something for the Interceptor. So you are not going to be full on ninja. You are still going to be very visible in the field. You are still going to be, you know, obviously seen by enemies, so you are going to have to lean more into your speed, your strength, your agility, and essentially dip and dive into battle if you do want to play more melee focused. So that is still really interesting. It does of course mean that things have changed. They are actually listening. I'm assuming this is based on player feedback, the fact that a lot of people have been requesting melee kind of builds. I mean, in games like this, it is really awesome to have that as an option. So the fact they've actually changed that is really exciting. So yes, the Interceptor will have the option for a melee build. Hopefully that will extend to other classes or other javelins later on, but for the time being, it is for the Interceptor. Now, the final thing to wrap up with is there will also be some new information dropping on or around November 1st. People were asking when we'll be hearing some more stuff, when we'll be seeing some new stuff, and we've been told November 1st or around that date is when we can expect stuff. Now, given that they've been speaking a little bit more about the Interceptor, I would like to think that might be some slightly more in-depth gameplay of that Javelin, or maybe something else entirely. There's still a fair bit of stuff we want to see and know about Storm as well. We've seen some tweets and some images on Twitter from sort of the development studio, them showing things they've been working on. We've seen like a tweet of Storm, we've seen a tweet of the revival screen in what looks like potentially a stronghold, so definitely lots of exciting things to come, and definitely something that we can look forward to. So for the time being, that's pretty much it. Not too long away, of course, November 1st is next week, so once the information does drop, I'll be sure to put together a video and keep you guys up to date. So for the time being, that's it, but be sure to keep it locked for much more Anthem news. Thanks very much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you want to check out some more awesome stuff from us here at Arekkz Gaming, then you should definitely try to catch 269 and Paradise Central streaming 6 days a week. You can find a link to the multi-stream in the description box down below. They play a wide range of games, and what's more, we also have the Endgame store. By watching their streams, you earn currency, and you can redeem that currency on the Endgame store for really cool prizes. Those can range from things like games, comics, and figures, all the way up to controllers, capture cards, and even consoles. So definitely drop by and become part of the community. Of course, if you enjoyed this video, then make sure you're subscribed and be sure to click on that little bell icon to turn on notifications so you don't miss our next upload. You can watch more videos by clicking on the options here, but once again, thanks very much for watching, take it easy, catch you next time, peace out.